Welcome back to the I'm So Great podcast with Mso the Great. And yes, I am great because I bring great to the plate every time you see me, Captain Mr. Mso the Great. Man, we here, Relax Studios. You know how we do it, Relax, man. Relax is the perfect place for you to come here, enjoy yourself, get your smoke on, get you some 420 pleasures, kick back. We enjoy, we create content, we work, we grind. This is just a safe space for people who love to be active in a 420 environment. Relax. 114 East Princess and Norfolk. Need to come out here and holler at me, man. I'll be at the window. Personally, you need to come out here and holler at the boy. All right, yeah. All right, today, man, I got my homeboy here, man. Look, because we was kicking it, you know what I'm saying? And we were like, you know what I mean, enjoying like extracurricular activities with cannabis. And we decided to hop on the podcast together. We're like, you know what, Nick, we could talk about some dope shit. We ain't rehearsed nothing. It's not like I rehearse shit any damn way. I ain't gonna front. I don't be rehearsing shit. You know what I'm saying? I freestyle. I be doing shit like that, moving and motivating, making shit happen calculatively. But I be making shit motherfucking happen all the motherfucking time. But today on the show, man, I got my dog, my special guest, man, Brother L. Brother L, what's going on, my boy? How you doing, my boy? What's good?
What's going on, man? How you doing? But you said some things in the intro that I want to add to.
What's that?
You said I'm going freestyle, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing. And then I wanted to add this is still within the anniversary of 50 years of hip hop. So from that freestyle, I'm gonna be freestyling it right next to you.
Let's go.
So
So
hold
hold
still
up.
in the 50 years of hip hop.
Do you freestyle for real? Because if
Nah.
y'all about to say freestyle for real, I'll put a beat on and we will go in. That's how I like to do. I ain't gonna find it a whole segment where I literally went on YouTube and just put on beats and I freestyle for a whole hour. And just to let you know, my man, I am a expert. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So when I freestyle, the freestyle it's a song. You know what I'm saying? It's a song. I'm a fluent spitter. I don't have to write much. I like to write. I indulge in writing. And I really indulge in writing when I want to like capture somebody else's personality, like write from a different point of view of somebody else. That's when I really like get into the pen, when I want to like be somebody else or something like that. I'm kicking a song that I did this song called Panic. You know what I'm saying? That is just like, you know what I mean, how the moment you feel when the love is all gone and shit. You know what I'm saying? When we talked earlier, you said you had a divorce after 2 years. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit, that feeling. You know what I'm saying? That panic, that sickness feeling. You know what I'm saying? Did a song called Panic, but I never really experienced nothing like that. Also did this joint Sign of the Times, and it was from the perspective of a person in a relationship that's being abused. But you know what I'm saying? I kind of chopped it where it kind of felt like a circuit, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, like the old circuit movies and stuff like that. That's what I was envisioning when I did the joint, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, when I write songs from a different point of view, I like to write. But when I just feel the energy, you put a beat on and watch the motherfuckers go complete bananas on it, as I'm telling you. I'm absolute gangster with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm absolute gangster with it when it comes to the freestyle. But my boy.
But we both like music.
Yeah, man. 50th anniversary of hip hop, something great, something
We're gonna freestyle this conversation and see where it goes.
Snick Stone, yo, just let y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my boy, man. All right, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into some things.
Because
you know what I mean?
I'm here, I gotta constantly rehydrate.
And we're gonna get into some business. Now, my man L, he ain't just no regular dude out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? And when you see me sit down with somebody, it's always gonna be somebody who got a little flavor, who got a little moves, who making something happen. You know what I mean? My man, yo, he a part of this real dope crew. You see the hat, Good Guys, man. Look, man, Good Guys, man, is a group of contractors, man. They really, man, they just brothers, man, really out here empowering people and also making Virginia, building this joint, You know what I'm saying? Those brothers, man, I really appreciate them brothers. Them brothers be on the scene. They be doing a lot of different things. They be a part of a lot of different things. They support a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate that when it comes to your squad, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all active out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Shout out to my boy Japo and 8020. You know what I'm saying? Japo and 8020. You know what I mean? I know you family with y'all. Japo really was one of them that really linked this thing together, you know what I'm saying, and had things going solid and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to the boy, you know what I mean. So when it comes to the good guys, my man, because y'all do so much, you know what I'm saying, what is the good guys message for real?
Well, it's kind of hard to describe them. I'm gonna put it like this, because it's not just construction, but you seen a movie called Five Deadly Venoms back in the day?
Five Deadly Venoms, yeah.
All right. Imagine there's about 10 of them.
Oof.
You know, different avenues, different things that they're doing, and some women in it, but we loosely based, but we support each other feverishly on our endeavors.
Yeah.
So a man named Julius put it together. He put it together.
Shout out Caesar.
And Julius and Japo is just as equally important in Julius's vision, because he always has a helping hand. As long as you're trying to improve yourself, Japo will always give you either knowledge or other things.
He's a good brother.
Yes. So I wouldn't have met half the people that I have met if it wasn't for Julius. So he came up with this good guys because he just wanted to leave a good impression on black men. That's how it started with him. He just wanted to have something good that black men could feel good about. But then it turned into something else when we started meeting the people that's affiliated with him in some kind of way, and they most is positive people. Not mostly, they positive people. So right now, to tie everybody in, they started a nonprofit called Good Guys Giving Back.
Ooh, I like that.
And with Good Guys Giving Back, we set off Family Foundation Day on May 17th to start our mentorship program, because what we realize is there are people out here with businesses and skills that want to reach out to the youth, and you can't wait for the school system to give them a finished product.
Come on.
Because it's not that we don't trust the school system. If you don't have a family unit at home to give the kids direction on what to do in school, somebody has to fill that gap. And not everything is go to college, because you got some kids go to college and they still get out of college and have to compete with others that, they usually give them at a disadvantage with the jobs that they get. So if you create a group of kids that you're mentoring on what you do and how you can expand your business, perhaps these kids are the ones that we hire for our businesses to help them expand. So that's what it started evolving into when we came in with the Good Guys Giving Back.
That's what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? That's good to go. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, champ? Let's see right here.
There's people in here.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got a boy, Gary Gordon. I say Gordon. That's his name. Hey.
Yeah, that's Gary. That's the that dude is the tech guy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Guy, that's him.
Gary the tech guy. You know what I'm saying? Happy to have you in the room, my boy.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like that initiative, man. That initiative is powerful, you know what I'm saying? Especially with you brothers having so many different skills, a squad that big. I can't imagine the breadth of knowledge that you can give a young person, you know what I'm saying? The mentorship and stuff that they'll be able to pull from that. And I only see it growing, you know what I mean? Because you brothers have a really good concept. I only see it growing. That's really dope, you know, especially when you talk about education. Because a lot of times I like to look at it like this. Industry drives education. You know what I mean? So the stronger we are in industry, the stronger we'll have in education. because industry drives education. You have to donate money to the socialist programs, which are the educational programs. Those are socialist programs. You got to donate money for those things.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So the people who donate the most money really get to gear and help be a part of the actual structure and the forming of the young minds when it comes to that. You know what I mean? So that's why us being so being brothers that are steadfast and grinding and making things happen is so important when it comes to that, man, because we can really help to gear it. People don't really understand. I mean, like when it comes to capitalism is one of those things that if you learn how to use that tool, man, the things that you can do, the things you could create, the things that you can build. I was just hearing the brother Akon talking today, and he was talking about how different life is when you got a bag, and if you know how to use that bag, you don't have to ever worry about going broke. You know what I'm saying? And the brother was talking about if you get a $10 million check, he said you get a $10 million check, you just take that $10 million check, put that $10 million check in the bank, go to the bank, and then you could borrow $10 million from the bank on the $10 million that you got in the bank. You know what I'm saying? He was like, now you got $10 million in the bank, and now you were given $10 million. So if you even took that $10 million and fucked that whole $10 million up, the worst you can do is have bad credit. You still got $10 million over here that ain't nobody touched. You know what I'm saying? The worst you can have is bad credit. You know what I mean? And he was like, in America, all you got to do is, hey, you file bankruptcy, you work on your credit for 5 years. Next thing you know, you do it all over again. You know what I'm saying? And the 10 million ain't never been touched. You know what I mean? This is an education that people need to really have when it comes to this, because so fast, you give one of our brothers a $10 million check, they taking that $10 million, they're gonna buy the crib right off the back, they're gonna buy the cars and all that, they're gonna spend the cash, they're gonna have fun and all that. But if you take that bread and just let that bread sit somewhere, people gonna trust to give you more money because they see you already got money. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't have to use your own money, and then boom, you're using other people's money to be able to do your thing, build whatever you want to. So anyway, you know what I'm saying? That's some big joint. I love, I'm saying, when it comes to industry and stuff like that.
I got a different view from that person, but I understand what that person is trying to do. You got to think of it like this from our perspective. We have different skill sets that each one of us have in terms of the different businesses that we in, right? So when we get a hold of this, we can get these loans that you talk about, but we have to have some kind of equity to take out the loan to get the real money, right? So during this time, while we building up our businesses, we need to have a group of people that's coming behind us. This is back to the mentor program, that's coming behind us that can take over what we are doing. So now, suppose we find a highly skilled youth and we told him, hey, take this in school, take this as a minor. Don't make this your major. Take this as a minor on the side, because we're going to need you with maybe surveying. We're going to maybe need you with government documents, government paperwork. Make them take classes like that. You still go to school. Now you get out. I got a surveyor that I don't got to pay top dollar. I got them in-house. You know, all of these things. I got a person that can go to the Small Business Association and get every kind of loan. They can get us contracts with the government. Imagine if we trained a kid from 14 to 17, little things that lead him towards getting government contracts. And then when he gets 18, he already understands government contracts, and he ain't even go to college yet. You know what I'm saying? Is the school going to teach that kid that?
Nah, school don't know.
But we got to have a rigorous course, because we got to know who's for real. We can't let everybody get down. Out of these youth that we find, if you've come in late to stuff, we ain't got your time. You ain't got time for me, I ain't got time for you. If you
show me you want this.
I understand things happen outside of where we at, and we maybe as mentors can help you with that. Somebody may get caught up in a fight and they get arrested or something. We may be able to help you with that. But if when you with us and you're not following the rules of us, then you got to go.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things outside, Because when we start mentoring these kids, some of these kids at risk, they got to be a safe haven with us. But they are also an investment because we going to get money back on them if we direct them to take the right things in school.
Yeah.
You understand? Because we already know. Like, here go example that kids could be a millionaire. You work in the city. That's one of the easiest jobs you can get. Work for the city of Norfolk in the streets. You can work for the city of Norfolk all the way up to a high-end job, right? Nobody wants to deal with plumbing. No one wants to deal with certain jobs with digging in the street. Because my nephew, he got a job plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
He was digging. I mean, he was dealing with the sewer system. Yeah. Nasty job. Yeah. Nasty job.
Tough job, man.
But he bounced around. They got a person out here that knows how to take the plumbing from the street to the city. There's not that many of them, right? Mm-hmm. It's a little example. This guy holding people hostage out here that's trying to build a house. Because if he bring the plumbing from the city to your house, he may charge you $5,000 to $10,000.
Yeah.
He may ask you for a $3,000 deposit. And then he getting deposits of 30, 40 people. And he's not even getting to their stuff.
So that's a limited industry right there. That part of the industry, that service.
Now we train a guy to do what he do. We got 4-5 houses on deck. Mm-hmm. This kid getting $10,000 per house, but he got to pay his workers. But we gonna train him how to pay his workers. Train him how to.
They build a lot of houses out here, man. So
you understand what I'm saying? That's why you gotta. The mentor program gotta be an investment. Mm-hmm. So whoever we pick or find or choose gotta be superior as well. Because he representing us. We definitely gonna represent that youth. Anything we do, if we mentored you through our programs, anything we do, we gonna make sure they get first dibs.
Yeah.
Because we know what product that we develop. We with the Berkeley's Boys and Girls Club. What Berkeley Boys and Girls Club would do for us is this. We got 5 people on restaurants. Mm-hmm. At any given time, they're gonna need labor. So if we got some teams sitting at the Berkeley Boys and Girls Club, we could teach them all their certifications that they need before they even get to the job.
Okay.
Because the Berkeley Boys and Girls Club would teach it out to them.
Yeah.
And then you could have, if you got 10 teenagers need the same certificate, then we'll call somebody in for the city, come in there and teach the kids how to pass the certificate. I mean, give them instruction.
Yeah.
Now you got 10 kids that pass certificate. And whatever other certifications they need. Now we got a pool of kids that can go into these places and work.
Yeah.
And then we could take it even further. We could tell them what we do, what is expected of them, what you should learn. We could show them how to use a computer system.
Yeah.
They're gonna be prepared. We're not gonna take everybody into the program. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you ain't got no room for everybody, so you gotta have the people who want it the most.
It's an investment for everybody that's in. If we got a guy in that he do heavy trucking, that means he doing wind binds down the road and all of that, right? Only a chosen few people. Yeah, you can get your CDL, but then what he got going on, you need more stages.
Yeah.
So if we mentoring somebody and somebody know how to pump the brakes on the truck and do a safety check on the truck. Imagine if we could train the kid just to do safety checks on the truck, and he know how to do it exactly how you're supposed to do it. My man will hire him and say, yo, make sure you do your safety checks on all the trucks in the lot and make sure everything is official. Mm-hmm. And he go in there and do that. He may throw the kid $100 and he just walk home with $100. We could train him at 15, 14, 13. If you train him the right way, that's the type of mentor program we striving for. Mm-hmm. Where we at right now is
just in the building phase.
We taking advice from a lot of people as well as making decisions. It's not like we act like we know everything. Mm-hmm. We taking a lot of advice right now, and we need some assertive women that can tie in all of this for what we're trying to do, because they got the magic touch to make it happen. We looking for somebody in that capacity and to help these young ladies too, because some things we as men can't say to the young ladies because we really built to protect them.
Yeah.
So we need some strong, assertive women that understand also grace and virtue to lead these children so they can see another side and still be powerful.
I love that. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, you hear this. You know what I'm saying? My man saying that there is room for growth and we need more female leadership a part of this movement so they will be able to develop those young minds in the best possible way. You know what I'm saying? I love that. Understanding that sometimes you need to bring it in, bring some other people in to be able to create that true diversity and that true the true connection between that person and the information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but here go another twist to it. like Gary, he down with the good guys. His views is similar but different from mine.
Mm-hmm.
Chapo, his views is similar but different from mine.
Mm-hmm.
You got the people who on time on the. I'm gonna start giving some shout outs. Time on the River, Ordinaire, that's Good Girls. 80/20 Eatery, that's Chapo.
Shout out.
You got my man Gary. I'm just giving all different shout outs to people that's down was rolling with us.
Yeah, Time on the River is a dope restaurant. Y'all check that bad boy out, man. I mean, it's fly cats pulling up on boats. It's like a different vibe. Portsmouth is in Portsmouth. Check it out. Google it. Time on the River. Google it. It's in Portsmouth. It's worth for Google. It's worth for Google.
But Ordinaire is nice too. That's on Plume Street. That's two ladies. Shout out to Ordinaire.
Shout out to Ordinaire. Me and wifey gonna pull up one of these.
Yes, please do. And then ask them, tell them you want to eat upstairs. You get your little exclusive spot. If you just want to be you and her, it's a nice spot. They do Gullah food. Shout out to Miss Fentress at Slover Library. This lady,
Slover, that's a beautiful place.
Miss Fentress, she runs the business department of the sector of that library, and she started networking events. And I met so many different people from these and it looked good doing it because you ever been to the Slover and had an event there?
I pull up. I never had an event there myself, but I went to a few political events. They be having political events. I went to a few political events there.
Well, go find. This is what Miss Fentress do for the good guys. If somebody want to do business with us, if somebody want to do a venture with us, you have to go to Miss Fentress at the Slover Library and do an appointment, and you have to get a counseling appointment and set up your appointment. I'm even saying that to you, Miss Fentress at the Slover Library. You set up a consultation with her. You cannot talk to the good guys about no kind of business, no projects, no nothing without going to Miss Fentress at the Slover Library, because she is a big part of the soul of what we are as good guys when we got started.
So that's beautiful. Shout out to Miss Fentress.
Yes, and she is serious. She's a tremendous resource as well, because if there's things that we trying to do, connections we trying to make, you go to her networking event and you don't know who you're going to meet, but you're going to meet somebody to be meeting. And she even tried to give a gesture to us as the good guys. They was going to have an award for us at the Slover Library, me and Julius, and we got bumped for the award. But I don't mind who we got bumped for. We got bumped for the mayor. So
for the mayor,
that's the only reason why
they took our night. What city?
Norfolk.
Yeah, Norfolk.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to the mayor of Norfolk. We are in Norfolk right now. Yeah. Shout out to the mayor. Hey, chap.
And Miss Fentress made sure I got to that event. I'll tell you that. I was eating lamb chops all night long.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Nah, and when I went through me networking with her, me and Gary went there, and you know how strong good guys can be. Me and Gary went there, and we sitting there around the mayor and everybody else in the city, because that's a major part of the city. Yeah. And she got us in there. I would have never got in there if it wasn't for Miss Fentress.
That's what I'm talking about.
And her trying to help us get exposure. But the dude Gary, he know a whole lot of people in there. He ain't never tell me, and he down with the good guys. Gary worked with some of the politicians back in the day. He never says nothing like that. I'm like,
brother,
so
humble.
it's all I'm
brother.
saying.
Humble brother.
He beyond humble, man. Almost to the point he playing games.
Nah, there ain't no games, man. I'm just saying.
And we still, the dudes, the politicians say, come to my office. You want to come to the office? You come to the office. I'm waiting. Gary still ain't take me to the politician office. And I'm right there next to the guy he's saying, Gary, come to my office. And we still ain't been in the office.
He said Gary playing games, man.
Look at my face. This how you do it, Larry.
Hey, Gary on it. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, Gary did bring up life insurance when it came to the hustles and stuff like that. I'm big into the life insurance hustle too. You know what I'm saying? UIL is a real strong thing. Whole life insurance policies, those things right there, they save you a lot. I mean, they're tax-free entities. They gain interest like crazy. You could pay long term. I mean, it's just one of those things, and it's one of those things. It's just based on really how much you're willing to invest in. And when it comes in, because it's a compound interest thing. You know what I'm saying? The time value of money is real when you're talking about money compounding in interest over 20 years, over 30 years, and things of that nature. After a 20-year policy or a 30-year policy, most of them would be 15 to 20, but you get yourself a 20-year policy. Now that 20-year policy, after you finish paying it, it starts to pay you for the remainder of your life. I mean, you get money, fat annual like salary looking stuff for the rest of your life, and it's all tax-free. I understand all the capital that you bring in is tax-free. It's also a good place to be able to start family wealth, because if you put money in that insurance policy, you start an insurance policy for different family members, they always are going to have something where they'll be able to pull capital out of. They'll be able to use that to make investments, use that to be able to buy themselves some property, use that to anything that they want to, you know what I'm saying? And that's like a nest egg right there, and they'll be able to pull capital from that. But the capital that they're pulling from that is basically considered a loan from your own bank. So the money that you have in your UIL will never really diminish. It was just you gave yourself a loan, and now you're expected to pay the loan back. You know, but if you don't pay the loan back, it's not like you're gonna get sued or anything like that. It's your money. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's UILs and life insurance are really, really good things and really good vehicles to be able to get capital from. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take it from doing business. We're gonna talk a little bit more, because my man was telling me about the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna front, you know what I'm saying? I ain't the biggest Knicks fan, but the Knicks is playing, they acting a fool right now. They just ran through the, you know what I'm saying? And they about to play the Pacers. Is that what they about to play, or they just ran through the Pacers?
They gonna run the Pacers.
No, they just ran through Celtics. Yeah, they just ran through the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? And I be fucking with the Celtics too. I ain't, you know what I mean? But the Knicks got it. The Knicks got it. You know what I'm saying? So what you thinking about the Knicks, man? You know what I'm saying? How you feeling about your boys, man?
Well, history is not on our side, but I'm happy as hell. They tried. I'm glad they ain't tear the city up, because we only going to the finals. I know we looking at how Philly did their celebration, and y'all thinking we gotta outdo Philly. Philly is our little brothers, and we
shout out
no
to Philly,
champions.
man. Philly got so much heart. It's just heart in Philly, man. It's all of their heart.
Philly is New York little brother. We gave y'all Saquon to get the chip and everything, so y'all gotta show us love. Philly. We roll with Philly, and we gave y'all Dr. J. He from New York. Come on, man.
Come on, man. He ain't gonna be.
I'm just saying.
He went back to Dr. J.
When it comes to parades, Philadelphia, if we get the chip, our area view, and we ain't even win the chip, look crazier than when y'all did win the chip. And we just going to it. But I'm just messing with my Philly fam. Shout out to all of my Philadelphia family. And speaking of Philadelphia and speaking of sports, can I switch it up a little bit?
What's up? What you got?
All right. I got in my family a 15-year-old who is a national boxing champion for amateurs. His name is Mark Honey Hands Jackson Jr.
Mark Honey Hands Jackson Jr. Shout out to Mark, man.
Yes.
15-year-old boxing.
Yes.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
That is And when you go to his page, it's Sparbarians, SPAR, and then it's a space and Barians. When you go to his page, his father be doing the rhymes for all the tracks. You said you like music.
Yeah, I love music.
Well, his father, but when you talk to his father, you don't be thinking that he's the one that's rhyming when you see his thing on YouTube. But I went to 2 fights with him. The boy is the truth.
Ooh.
I don't get to talk to him. I'm talking to you right now, man. Only thing, he's so good that his father has to calculate who he boxes because a lot of times they forfeit the fight. So he should, but this is costly. Let me tell you how this can be costly. Imagine your son got school, he's 15 years old, you working your 9 to 5 or whatever job you got, you set everything off to take off from work. And you get to where your destination is and there's nobody to fight.
Yeah,
so you done got to feed everybody. You got to feed the kid. You got to feed yourself. So this is a hard. His father sacrificed a lot, and his grandfather. So he got 2 people that be traveling all over with him. It costs money. We need sponsors for him, and I'm gonna say it straight up. So we trying to do something with the good guys, like buy him uniforms. So because a lot of times you boxing damn near every other day, you are practicing every single day for the rest of his life. Think about that, costs money and that takes sacrifice. So he only started boxing at 11 because his family didn't allow him, and his father.
He only started boxing at 11.
Yeah, but he's only 15. It's only 4 years.
A beast at 15 and was held back. It was a beast.
But and think about this too. The kid is like 15, but he's like 6'4", 6'5".
Wow.
I'm a basketball. We got basketball in my family. We got basketball in my Philadelphia family. He's like a 6'3", 6'4" boxer.
How much you weigh?
He's like 176. He's like a light heavy almost.
Oh, yeah,
so he's a big,
by the time he's in his 20, he's gonna be a heavy.
But we don't know how he's gonna fill out. So shout out to you, man. Honey hands. Shout out to your father. Shout out to your grandfather. I'm so proud. I went to when he went to the Nationals in Richmond. I went to when he had a fight. He had to sneak up. Matter of fact, my cousin kind of disrespected me. Let me tell you how they disrespected me. I show up at a boxing match in Yorktown, right? Mind you, you know where we at right now. We in Norfolk.
Yeah.
I show up at a boxing match in in Yorktown. So to see the fight, I don't know who my cousin fights, so I don't care. So I show up at the gym and I see a whole bunch of people like they waiting for this guy that we supposed to fight, right? So I'm not thinking nothing of it. We get in the ring, they fight. My cousin put the hands on the guy, and now he playing damn near in the last round because he know he gonna win the fight. The kid was trying to barge at him because he's mad because he ain't got no more time left. And come to find out, man, my cousin set up a fight where my cousin beat up a Norfolk dude. Yo, man. Yo, I was happy and sad because you know
like,
Norfolk,
the house, man.
Yo,
it's like, you supposed to be repping the house better than that, man.
I ain't know, I was in between.
Well, he went, and it was in New York.
No, it was in Yorktown.
In Yorktown. You didn't say Yorktown. You didn't say Yorktown.
But he was like, I'm gonna have a fight. But check this out. Here go another thing. The dude that is from Norfolk or out here, he won a national championship.
Okay.
You got a whole bunch of national champions that you can get in a year, but you only got but so many. So you got to grab one of them joints, or you ain't gonna never be a national champion.
Okay.
Or you may get it when your age
small
change.
Window and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because you got to think, you got to save your money. You got to go out there. You got to,
Yeah.
So my cousin and them chased this dude down to Yorktown. They ain't know who my cousin was. And then my cousin put the mitts on him. Ba, 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 ba. And then my cousin grandfather gonna sit up there and be like, we go anywhere, any place, and fight anybody. Norfolk people in there looking like, do he know where we from?
Hey,
and I'm like, they from Philly.
We ain't fighting.
Man, nah, it was all love, though. But I was caught in the middle, man. I wish they'd have told me the guy from Norfolk, but you know. But I love my family, man, and I gave him some good guy shirts. One time he had a fight when he was having a fight in Yorktown. No, when he was having a fight in Richmond, he gave us a shout out. So that's the good guy. He made a YouTube video, gave us a shout out. So we definitely support him, but we plan to do more because that'll give us. Imagine we got him always been down with the good guys, and he going to go pro. It's just a matter of when. He's the number 2 in the nation right now. And he down with the good guys. That's our athletic department. You know what I'm saying? We got other athletes too that's youth. You know, we got one youth. He in college, he's equipped to be a gun instructor. So it's serious. It's that serious. So it's all different things. When I say like deadly venoms, but it's good venom.
See, we got a boxer, we got an assassin.
We got that. And then I throw another movie in, the kid with the golden arms. You know,
the kid with the golden,
Julius, the kid with the golden arms. Word. So just imagine that, man, because you got to team up with the right people, but you got to have the same focus. So that's what we trying to get together as good guys is pulling. Is not right now. And then we got another dude that's a vital part of it that gives so much his time. His name is Kareem. It is really right now in the core of it is 4 of us, right? But we are associated. It's 10 strong, maybe better or more. But once we, and what the Boys and Girls Club is going to help us do, it's going to help us be more sharp and organize and how to get like funding and things like that. So we got to make sure we bring something to the community that wasn't there before. That's how you get funding. You got to bring something to the community that wasn't there before. Now imagine this. Imagine this with the Q. They got a thing in the Boys and Girls Club called the Keystone Kids. Imagine us take the Keystone Kids and we set them up to get the funding and everything for that. Now, out of that funding, the Keystone Kids have to get compensated for what they did to bring the funding together, like administrative fees.
What's the Keystone Kids?
Keystone Kids are a lead group of kids that are part of the Boys and Girls Club in Berkeley. The Keystone Kids are kids that we have higher expectations from than any other kids in there. But they also are the key to link us to the other kids in the Boys and Girls Club for whatever projects we need done. So do our mentor program. So they got their own. We got to go through. It's a lot of order in the Berkeley Boys and Girls Club. So they got their own mentor that we communicate with, Mr. Boyd, and then he dictates to them what we're trying to do, and then we link it all together.
So I know you're talking about training and stuff like that when it came to training. How do y'all pull that off? Is it actually like a school, or is it a virtual thing? You know what I'm saying? It'd be dope as a virtual thing too.
Oh, in terms of training, it could go because the Boys and Girls Club, when you walk in there, every single child in that place has a place to be or a place to go, whether it's after school curricular activities, whether it's vocational things, whether it's finishing their homework. Mr. Shivers runs an extremely tight ship, and he has a daughter that we communicate with her because it's levels to us. We can't just walk in there and just talk to whoever we want to talk to.
Mhm.
We got to come through Mr. Shivers, and then we got to go through his daughter, and then we got to go through the mentor. That's before all that, before we get to the keystones. Because
Okay.
it can't be just getting to our precious kids easily. You got to have layers to that, you know. So we follow that protocol, and then I've set up proposals with these children, and that ties in another thing. I made proposals for things that they can do. I tied them in with a black farmer that's in the Eastern Shore who has 100 acres.
Okay.
We have a farmer over there, and they tie together, and they have a program that they construct together, and that helps on the nutritional side too. So now we got a possible chance of getting live food into the, because they get a lot of donations to eat to feed these kids in the summertime. So imagine if we get a load of potatoes or a load of this because of our association with him, you know. So it's a lot going on with that Boys and Girls Club to talk about that. Then I just told you about I'm all in the weeds with the weeds, but all in the weeds.
Welcome to Relax.
You know what I'm saying? And this dude, I said, y'all want some fire? You know what you do? Find out what he messing with, and then that's my selection. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna leave that shout out alone because I'm talking about the kids.
Yeah, man, we're talking about the babies, man. You see how he be, man? Come on, man. We were on the road here.
Yeah. I want to tie it into another thing. I'm moving from here.
Oh yeah, Africa. Yeah. We didn't touch on Africa, bro.
How much time we got left on here?
We got as much time as we need.
Nah, man,
it's already been 40. We got as much time as we need.
Y'all the joint say 50. We
don't
got
worry about
8 minutes.
Nah,
bro.
man. I'm the host. I'm the runner and the owner.
I'm hungry.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. Well, then goddamn, give us some Africa real quick, man, because my man moving to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Africa.
I want to, God permitting.
Come on, man. We speak things into existence. We don't fake no front, and we don't question shit, because what's meant for us is meant for us. And right now, we said what's meant is moving to Africa. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, because look, I told you about that house. It was a house that I seen over there. It looked like a $20 million house. I mean, the joint was just ridiculous. The sickest thing I've ever seen. Yo, they want $430,000 for that bad boy. I would lose my damn mind. I'm like, yo, it's in Nigeria and Lagos. I'm like, man, get out of here. And Lagos got that dope theater festival every year and all that stuff. I'm like, yo, everybody be coming there and all that. Like they got that's gonna pop up. My man's talking about going to Zambia. What's going on in Zambia, man? Well, what drew you there?
All right. First of all, before the whole Zambia thing, I've been studying about Africa since I was in high school, because when I was in high school, I went to a prestigious high school. They used to tell me that the beginning of civilization was Greece and Rome. Greek, you know, and I was in a household of a mother who must have read over thousands of books, right? My mother used to read a book a week, so it wasn't adding up for me. So as I'm getting older, I run into these 5%ers, and they start telling me black man is like indigenous to earth, right? So now I'm waking up in my head. I'm understanding a different perspective. Now I'm 15, 16, going back to this prestigious high school. And this is one of the schools where people pass down money to their children.
That's beautiful.
This is also the school that Carmelo Anthony's son goes to.
Okay. Yeah.
To give you a little bit of perspective. So I started, make a long story short, I started getting in trouble early because I was raised with Yakub, words like that. I was raised with words like black man is God.
Yeah.
You know, so I cannot probably go back to Christianity after that. So, but I'm not saying that helped me or didn't help me, because the people it would be people giving me this knowledge and open in my head, and then they go and turn around and rob somebody. So that's the same people I was hanging with.
Being a 5% is a tricky thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a tricky thing. The 5% of cats that put me on smoke crack. So just to put that out.
Now the
brother in the knowledge, and we got earth, and I'm like, it's like, yo, and damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting down reading about the God hour, you know what I'm saying, and studying.
I'm gonna tell you why that happened too, man. When you got knowledge of self, it's things within the system to break you down mentally. Because 100%. If you are a person who stand up for yourself and buck the system, that means every step, every job, every school, everywhere, everything you do, you're gonna have a hard way to go. And then when you get middle age, you still bucking the system. You still bucking the system. Now your health start messing with you. And then after your health start messing with you, you getting angry. Now you mad at the world. And then that's how a lot of they say, I think Black Panther lady said this, the strong go crazy and the weak go along. Yeah. That's a lot of Black people's lives. And then you got a lot of Black men that got that fire to fight for themselves. They got that fire, but they keep battling this other battle. And then when they get like 45, they just want peace. They just want go in the backyard, give me a little spot. I can smoke a cigar. I don't want to bother nobody. But we got a lot of Black men out here that want to do so much more. Then we want to communicate our vision with the right woman, because a lot of people ain't blessed like you.
I'm a blessed man. Yeah, I'm a blessed man. I'm gonna tell you like this. I was telling my man earlier, won't trade it for shit in the world. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
And you way you explained it, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And I spoke to her when she left the Family Foundation Day, and we had an interesting conversation. And I understood things better. You know what I mean? She was able to communicate. So, and it was a nice interaction. But
my son had a good time there too.
Yeah, I'm so glad, man. It was more people showing up with the little ones than the ones we was trying to reach. We had such a surplus of food. We had the on-point guest speaker. It's going to be out there. We're going to show it to the public soon. We just got to get things edited and stuff like that. With that Family Foundation Day that was on the 17th, we're probably going to do a go back to school thing or something.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, maybe we can have it here at your place. What about this? This is what we trying to set up with the good guy.
Yeah.
We trying to have a tie berry where people donate ties.
Oh, okay.
Right? In suits. And all of that. When the kids come here, they get to pick their own tie. Or you can, if you got an interview, you get to pick your suit, tie, whatever, wherever we have the tie berry. You get to pick it up, and you can keep the tie that you picked, but you may need a nice suit, and not no crazy looking thing. But these days, people do dress casually, but there may be somebody who want to interview to get in college, and he in a tough situation.
Yeah.
We want to have
they can pull up and look good.
Yeah, man.
Look the part.
And if we know somebody is that dude, if we meet a kid that's in a tough situation and he is that kid, and we know we see something in you, we gonna spin on you. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make sure you got the nice kicks. We gonna make sure you look the part of whatever you trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what our job is to do.
That's
We're gonna look the part. If they saying you got to have this equipment before you even come to this school, we going to find a way to get you that equipment. But if we sending you to that school, you doing your thing, you got to come back to the team, and then we do what we got to do, and we spread the wealth.
So how did this lead you to Africa, to Zambia?
I'm off. Well, I I was a rail controller in New York City, right? And then I became a rail controller down here. For whatever fate happened in this world, I just been going through a 7 year of bad luck. Word up. It said it sometime it lasts like that, right? So one thing after another. And then I'm that dude that I was describing to you, bucking the system, bucking the system, bucking the system. And finally the system caught up with me. And then now I'm trying to do something different. Something. One time, Gary just told me one day, "Man, you always talk about Africa, man. Why don't you just go?" And
Great advice.
huh?
Great advice. It's great advice.
Told me, but I'm only going to go down there for like 3 months. But I've been talking to a certain group of people. I was on Facebook. The country I'm going to is never going to be the country that I thought about going to. Of all the places I studied. I still don't know how I'm ended up going there. But there was this thing called Black-owned farms, because I'm like, yo, it's going to get crazy in the States. Let me start getting my tips together on how to grow my own stuff. They had this thing called Black-owned farms. They had 250,000 people in there, right? So everybody's showing their stuff. Anything question you got, they giving you answers. Anything, any level of farming you got, that Black-owned farms had it. You know what I'm saying? So you got me saying, you know what I'm saying? What the hell, man? You know what I'm saying? Nah, me.
Yeah.
You just play it.
Slug VA.
So everybody's showing their thing. Then I see this old truck with just a big gigantic pile of carrots. Looked like he just pulled it, but it was all different sizes and it wasn't uniform like we got here. I was like, "What the hell is this? This wild ass? What kind of farm he got going on?" So I look close and they say, you know, his name is Felix Mbewe from Zambia. But when you got 250,000 people on a page, anybody who puts some stuff up that's interesting, you're gonna have a lot of people communicating with you, asking questions and stuff. You get interaction. People was liking this stuff, but they ain't getting no interaction with him. Like ask him questions. So I basically went off on people like, yo, I can't understand how we got farming 250,000 people in this page, and we got a chance to speak to farmers in Brazil, farmers in Europe, black farmers in Africa. Each and every one of us should have a telephone number of somebody in one of these places. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm going off on them and forget to tell myself, why don't you just practice what you preach? You know what I'm saying? So I ended up started talking to him, and then I started trying to live my life through his eyes and like see what daily life was like. And I noticed he was an extremely peaceful person, but I also didn't know he was way more intelligent than he was leading on. So make a long story short, we end up opening a business out there. We looking into different ventures out there, and he gave me an assistant out there. And this assistant that he gave me name is Kennedy, and they were just so curious to talk to Black Americans. They couldn't because they looking at what they seeing on TV. They talking to me. I'm kind of like what they see on TV, but then they realize, you know, it's a learning experience. So I end up growing with a team of people that's the only people I talk to out there. Like I don't waste time trying to meet everybody I can meet. So if it's in this country, they got once you know your people, you can find anything that you're looking for in this country through your people, because that's how they connected with each other. They're very peaceful. I found out it was a farming country. My friend is a farmer. I know I'm going to eat. Because if I'm starving, I'm going straight to the farm.
So yeah, let me just go pluck a couple things, run some off, and I'm good.
I be talking to her too, putting stuff in my bag. Like, yo, what you were saying? Yo, what kind of carrot is that? Yo, I'm gonna take one of them home with me. I'm gonna see if you really sweet and tasty like you said. What's that over there? But nah, it ain't like that. But I had so many good. Then I started looking for Americans down there, and bada boom, bada bang, I ran into a couple of Americans down there, Miss Roz and this dude named Ricky. And yo, Ricky gave the most nods because he was from LA, but they both from areas where it's like, yo, I could go to another country. She's from St. Louis, and he's from San Francisco, Oakland,
from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
The Bay Area.
So they the type that go somewhere. Another person who would do that.
Yeah.
A New Yorker, like major city people. So they gave me the real rundown. Like you can be out there comfortable, 3-bedroom, nice joint. You get to select the trees in your backyard, like certain vegetable trees. You be paying $250 to $300 a month. That's rented somebody else's spot. That's not yours.
I want a big ass fucking property in Africa.
Like I said, I see, man, when I be looking, when I was thinking like you, when I first was thinking about it, I was like, yo, I was finding like mansions. They had one joint, like it was paved out from the street, and then you had to ride all the way up to get to the house, and then they had like a 6-bedroom on this side. They had a guest quarters and they had a maid quarters. Like it was
sounds
like
about right. Sounds about me.
Yeah, all of that was in one, and they were selling this thing for maybe $250,000 maybe.
Yeah. But what you were telling me, you know what I'm saying? That make a lot of sense. I don't gotta worry about fucking buying a house
you
over
can
there.
Have that
I buy the
house.
land and hire the nigga. I just go around figure out what house that I like.
Yeah.
Hire the nigga that fucking designed that motherfucker. We in the game.
And then you got your property where you self-sufficient. You got your food coming in. Yeah. Even though you still may buy at the supermarket, this, that, and other, but you still got your food coming in. If it ain't coming to you, you sell it.
Lamb on the property, chickens on the property.
That's what I'm getting
fruit,
first.
Veggies,
that's what I'm
all
getting
that
first.
Stuff. I want to have it where we, you know what I'm saying, we could be sustainable a little bit over there. And then any of our workers that's living there while we not there, they can be sustainable too.
My hope and dreams, if I start like a chicken farm out there, I hope to build my workers up to run it. Because I don't want to be running it. And I'll take a lesser share of the profits.
Yeah.
Just so but I want them to be superior. Like I want them to go, like I gotta find some way to give them lessons. I'll YouTube them to death while I'm training them if I have to. If they don't have access to it, we're going to find out how to raise these chickens better. We're going to find out how to create an extension. And then I want to have a pond out there with certain fish.
Fire.
Tilapia.
I was just
catfish.
thinking about it.
I don't eat catfish.
Catfish good as a motherfucker. I don't eat tilapia. I don't eat tilapia. I don't
really eat neither one of them.
I love catfish, the truth.
I want to put a certain, but that's a staple out there. So I want to have tilapia. I want to have the catfish
I like
and then the other
catfish.
fish.
I'm a real nigga. I like grilled catfish too.
See, but this is what my part of my plan is out there. Like you got people out there who are impoverished, right? Yeah. So you if they find out I'm out there, I'm American, they're gonna swear I got bread. So they're gonna be coming to me, right? For different things. So you coming at me, I'm gonna have a policy like this. I'm gonna find something for you to do. I'm not gonna give you no whole chicken. I some people will do it just to eat for the day. Oh, yeah. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm gonna see that every day, all day, but I say, why don't you change the hay in the chicken farm? Why don't you change the hay and do these 4 little sections? Or why don't you turn over the dirt? And I make it fun. I may say, I give them some fishing rod, say whatever you catch, whatever 2 fish you catch. They might catch a behemoth joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they catch catfish, you can have that because I'm not eating that. So
Cat, you don't know what you miss. A catfish good as a bitch.
I love to raise them. I'll tell you that. I love animals. And that's another reason why I'm going to Zambia. They got the second most wildlife reserves in Africa, the second most. And my man out there, Felix, he is that dude. Him and his crew of guys bought property around the wildlife reserve because the wildlife reserve catch you like this. Once you get out there and you get in there, you got to pay for whatever they got going on because you trapped. So the rooms cost a lot. So what they came up with the ideas and said, we buying our property on the outskirts of the wildlife reserve, right? We buy it on the outskirts of the wildlife reserve, and then we could build, and the people could come rent out our joint, and then they could just go there as a day pass, right? But here go the catch where Americans come in at. They are young, they still making their way to make their money. Him and his boys, but they found something, but they ain't got no money to build it up.
Okay.
Now, what happens if we come in there and we say, yo, what happens if someone's come in there and say, yo, I may not be able to build up your whole property, but I can make a size house like this in case I come down there. You know what I'm saying? In case I come down there, I can stay there.
I have something I can stay while everything building up.
But let's sign these contracts. What happens if somebody up here say, because they'll do it like this. If we build it, they rent it, we split the profits. How fast you gonna get your money back? And then you got a spot you can go to and stay. And then you can build it up different kind of ways. You can make little bungalows back there on these people's property and just build a central room.
Yeah.
And build a central area where they go eat. Like it could be 5 bungalows, and then they gotta leave a bungalow to go to this other thing, and that's where you can watch movies, TV. It kind of bring people together, but they can go to the bungalow could be about 400 square feet, like a big bedroom. You know what I mean?
I seen this shit on TikTok.
It could be anything you could do with, but these are young black people that have an idea, but they just can't build it out right now. Imagine if we can invest in that. But that's just little things. Another thing that's out there, the most supreme thing, the most supreme reason, and I see them numbers, man, I'm going to get off of here. The most supreme thing is my man got his grandfather out there is with a conglomerate of businessmen, old money, and they got access to a mining area property. Now, if I see that, if I see it with my own eyes,
what are they mining?
They don't have money for the boring equipment.
I mean, but what?
Oh, you can have any. It's called the copper belt, so you know it's a high chance of having copper.
Okay.
But Zambia is the #1 place in the world with emeralds.
Ooh, okay.
They got some diamonds, but they got the most emeralds in the world. So in this place, we would have to pay to get tests done to test the soil, to check the chances of having diamonds. But on one side of the property, he says Indian company. On the other side is the Chinese. The only thing I fear is what happens if they drilling diagonal under these men's property and stealing their stuff.
Exactly.
That's how I be thinking. I don't trust no outsiders.
Exactly what they do.
But I'm just saying, but if you got 100 acres, they can't dig with so much.
No, but here's the thing, though. You follow what direction the tunnel going in, and you try to sue them.
But I don't even know if this place really exists. And I'm telling you that, Felix, I don't even know if this place exists until I see it. And that's all I'm saying. But it's so many beautiful things. They said the beef tastes different out there. A lot of the people out there a lot of the women out there is like 5 feet to 5'4".
What?
Yeah. What else is going on out there? They eat a lot of beef. They eat this thing called shima. Like, you can't tell them not to eat it because they ain't never gonna stop. It's like us eating grits. The way they eat it is like us eating grits with no salt, no pepper, no nothing. They be smiling.
Oats. Just bland little grits.
Out of mealie meal. It's made out of corn meal. Yeah, mealie meal. If the price of mealie meal go up in that country, they may go in a panic. I'm serious.
Yeah, they eat that shit.
They would be protesting in the streets if it lasts too long. Word.
This shit, man. We've been rocking for a minute, my boy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I always like to set things up for a part 2. You know what I mean? because part twos are where we really can get in depth and really make sure that we stretch things out. But I'm gonna tell you, my boy, you gave us a breath. You know what I'm saying? You gave us a breath, man. The good guys got a lot of shit going on, a lot of things going on when it comes to helping the people, which is so beautiful. If you want to invest, you know what I'm saying? If you want to invest, reach out to the good guys. You know what I mean? That's an absolutely incredible team. They're doing great things for the youth out here in these streets, and they also doing a lot of dope business. You know what I'm saying? While we here, also want to give a shout out to Relax Studios for hosting us. Love Relax Studios, not just because it's mine, but because it's just a great vibe for us to be able to enjoy and kick back and do things like this.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Brothers just having real conversations and just, you know what I'm saying, and just putting the greatness out there. Be like, look, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot going on. As black men, we got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? But this is just not a podcast just for black men. I don't want to just put it out there like that. This is a podcast for absolutely everybody because it's called I'm So Great. And I believe in the greatness in everybody. Absolutely everybody. But we just want to thank y'all for joining us tonight. We really appreciate y'all. You understand how Mso doing, man. I hope that you go home, and I hope that the first person you kiss be the love of your life. I hope that that person that you ain't spoke to in a long time reach out to you and tell you how they feel. I wish that when you walk outside tomorrow, you just run into $100 on the street. That's coming from Mso, man. We rock with y'all. I hope y'all have a good one. And again, thank you for coming and being a part of the I'm So Great podcast. I am Mso the Great. This was my brother L. We out of here.
I was in the weed.